I'm out here hanging at Lorraine's Bistro with I think she's the loudest person, like loudest, with the most infectious laughter. You know, she's a media personality and a rising entrepreneur. She's such a rising star. I think her star is shining so bright right now. She's a television and radio personality with that husky voice. I think everybody knows this voice. People usually talk about just how much they love your voice. I love it too. Ms Geekays,
you're louder than I am, eh?
I'm what?
You're louder than I am, actually.
No, I'm not.
Actually, you are.
Okay, well, I guess maybe it's the tone of the voice.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because yours is a bit rough and husky. You sound a bit louder.
And yours is a bit
sweet.
sweet.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
I like
got a sweet, serene voice.
All right, it's about you. The moment is about you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us on GaonaLive and here at Lorraine's Bistro. How are you liking your drink?
The taste is quite interesting, if I may put it that way. Yeah.
All right, keep sipping it, and then hopefully by the end you'd have figured out what that interesting means, right?
I'll do that.
I'm absolutely loving my lemonade. But anyways, Ms Geekays, let's start off with first thing you do when you wake up.
Well, two things. When I wake up, I stretch and I'm like, thank you God for yet another day. And the next thing, I look for my iPhone because it's always under my pillow. I'm like, okay, then I check my WhatsApp, I check my Facebook, and I check my text.
You guys, I hate you so much. I was just talking to Lizzie when he also says praise first. Because with me, it's like I wake up and I'm like, phone, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but just from now on, just wake up and be like, oh my God, thank you so much for this day. Then, okay, my iPhone, where's my iPhone?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I do every single time.
I love that. What do you think is the biggest misconception, there is about you?
Oh, there's a lot, eh? A lot. I think, I don't know, people, I don't know how they perceive me, especially with my voice. When they hear me speak, they think of so many things. My personality just, speaks a lot to a lot of people. So I think people think of me in very different ways. So I don't want to go into it.
Instance?
Probably a drunkard because of my voice. People who drink alcohol, said to have husky voices. But I'm clean, by the way. You know what I mean? And, people
and think you don't even drink?
I don't even drink. Oh my God, I don't even drink.
But you know what? You've got so much energy and so much hype that I can only imagine how you would be if you were to get drunk right now.
Oh well.
Let's not even go there, right?
Let's not even go there.
Yeah. All right, great stuff. So let's take it, reflect on the year 2015. Like, what's that one biggest lesson that you're taking, with from this year?
I think this year has been really one of the toughest years of my life. I've been through a whole lot, and right now I might say that I'm in a place of transition. I've learned so many things this year, Hannah. I've learned, that people, even your closest people, can actually betray you. I've lost a lot of people through, not being loyal, dishonesty, betrayal, just so many things. Like, I'm at a point where right now I'm by myself. Because the people around me, I thought, oh my goodness, these are my people. But then unfortunately, life just has a way of surprising you. But right now, I think I'm going to be okay. It's just, I'm just in a really bad place, bit of transition. Yeah, but I'm going to be fine.
You know what, I wish I could give you a hug right now. Because even as you're saying this, I'm getting goosebumps and, oh my goodness. Sometimes but it's life, it's part of life.
We expect so much from people, and then at the end of the day, they do disappoint you. You're like, it's okay, it's life at the end of the day.
Speaking of which, I was going to ask you this a bit later, but let me go into it.
Yeah.
How do you handle, let's call it negative publicity, or just people hating, like being on tabloids? And because we've seen a lot of that, this year, your name has been, not a lot, but here and there.
Here and there.
Just this last week on Facebook, so how do you handle that?
Well, I have a best friend. Her name is Patience Zinele, who happens to be my manager as well. She's really calm. She's very humble. She's patient, like her name. We've been friends for the past 7 years, and she's been the one who's been helping me a lot. Even my mother, she's like my best friend as well. So she's been helping me out through a lot of things. I think because I'm new in the industry, I've been in the industry for about 2 years. I'm still learning. Sometimes, I get really angry, and it shows via my Twitter statuses and my WhatsApps and my Facebooks. Okay, I try to stay away from Facebook, but because I'm new, I'm learning. You know what I mean? I can't sometimes just feel like, okay, fine, let me just tweet this. Maybe it'll make me feel better. But I'm learning. Do you get my point? I'm at a point where I'm learning a lot of things, but I'll be fine eventually. But these two people, Patience and my mother, have helped me through a lot this year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Have you seen yourself crumbling, like at any point? And
I have.
Has it been overwhelming?
I have. There are days where I have to do my radio show, and during like an ad break or when I'm playing a couple of songs, I just kneel down and I just cry. And then when the song is left with about a minute, I'm like, okay, come on, you need to pull it together. I'm about to get on the air. And when I get on the air, I'm this noisy person. I'm like, these people have no idea.
They have no idea.
They have no
I can
idea.
So relate, hey?
Yeah, you have to pull yourself together at the end of the day.
But I can only imagine, you know what I mean, like what you're going through. I can only imagine what you're going to become from this.
Exactly.
Provided you're going through it with an open mind and you're learning and growing from it. Oh
The
my goodness.
strength that comes out of the mess, really, it's just really amazing.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
So now, what's your biggest insecurity? Because I think the biggest misconception, again, with especially public figures, celebrities, is that like it's almost like you've got this thick skin and things won't affect you, and then people just find themselves hurling insults and saying whatever.
Yeah.
You know. So, but at the same time, you are somebody who's got your own little demons that you're dealing with. So what's your biggest insecurity?
I've never really talked about it except with my family and my close friends, but I've always had low self-esteem. To this day I still have it. I'm struggling with, just being strong on my own and being very self-confident. I'm trying to find out who Kumo Khwadira is. I've always had this low self-esteem. I've never really believed I can do anything really good. Even now that I'm a presenter, sometimes it just doesn't really sink in that I'm a presenter. And I've also struggled with issues of acne. I've had really bad acne, and imagine you've got acne and you're on TV. There are days where I just walk out of the house without makeup and people talk behind my back, oh my God, this is the lady who always looks so beautiful on TV and not so pretty off TV. So it's just something I really struggle with every day. And when I was young, growing up in school, a lot of people used to make fun of my nose, how I've got a really, really big nose and how I'm not so pretty. So yeah, it's just issues of self. It's the things that I really struggle with to this day, but I'm better than when I was young. I'm just learning to love myself each and every single day, but hopefully I'll be okay. I'm just trying to learn and to be comfortable around my skin. But now that the acne is gone, my confidence has gotten better.
I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
You look gorgeous,
Thank
by
you
the
so
way. And I
much.
love the pixie cut and you look like
I really had to change my look.
very edgy.
This is the new me.
Welcome, Ms Geekays. Is this
you.
Ms Geekays or Kuma?
Well, I'm
Like
a
the
bit of
new-
both.
Okay.
Because on TV I do corporate shows, and on TV I am Kumo Khwadira, and on radio I do a music countdown, and that is Ms Geekays. So I'm a bit of both.
Seeing the experience that you've had over the last 2 years in this industry, and all your own battles that you're dealing with while having to be this public person in people's spaces and having people having an opinion about you and all of that, what advice would you have to somebody who would like to go into the industry but particularly looking forward to the fame?
Yeah, I think, the one thing that I always preach, ever since this year started, is just knowing who you are. It's something like that I'm going to embark on in 2016. One of my new goals I'm going to have a mentorship program called Who Am I Mentorship Program. You need to know who you are as an individual. I think once you know who you are as an individual, you're not going to be shaken by anything. You won't let circumstances define you. You won't let life define you. As long as you've got the strong belief that this is me and this is what I'm about, anything that comes along the way won't even shake you. So work on being who you are. I'll always say this, self-introspection is ideal. Know who you are as an individual, and when you got that covered, honey, the paparazzi won't even touch you.
Exactly the point. You're like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean?
you
Like
know.
that's you. It's not me.
okay.
It's you.
It's okay.
Exactly the
Yeah.
point. But what's next for Ms Geekays, for Kumo Khwadira? Like, where do you see yourself next 5 years, 10 years? I say to the people that we've got a great award beyond Botswana. We've got Africa. Like any plans to go beyond just where you are currently?
Well, Hannah, I've always had a dream to be a media personality / rising entrepreneur. That is it has always been my dream, and so far I've accomplished the two. I'm on TV and on radio, and in the year 2016 I want to start my life as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman. And the one thing people don't even know about me is that I'm really good with hair. I'm good with hair and fashion. So next year I want to start up a salon, a hair studio and boutique, and hopefully it will be bigger in Southern Africa. So that is just my effort. But because a business requires capital, and right now I don't have capital, I'm at a point where I'm just trying to knock on doors and ask for finances there and there. But as much as it's taking a very long time, I'm not going to give up, because it's what I've always wanted to do. So yeah, I want to work on being an entrepreneur next year. I can MC's fine, I can do radio shows, I can do other TV shows, but my main focus next year is just on the business side. And like I said, I'm going to do a campaign called Who Am I, basically just for young women. I feel like most of us, if not all, are struggling with identity crisis. We just don't know who we are as individuals, and because I've been through a lot in the media industry, I've had to deal with things publicly. I feel like I can touch a few lives there and there.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is just my plan in the year 2016.
Great stuff. Another high five.
Thank you so much.
I love that.
Thank
especially
you.
with entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? There's nothing greater than building something that's yours. Yes, people talk about failure, but the sooner you fail, and the quicker you fail, the greater. Actually, the closer you are to success. So you know what I mean? So just keep that up. And what advice would you have to your 15-year-old self?
Don't give up on your dreams, and most importantly, believe in yourself.
Okay.
Believe in yourself.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all I can
That's the same
say.
advice I would have for my 15-year-old self. And what do you want the world to know about Botswana?
I I think Botswana is a very beautiful country. We've got so much potential in all the aspects, agriculture, arts, and I, for one, am at the forefront in promoting arts because I'm from an arts background. You know what I mean? I'm on TV, I'm on radio, and I just believe that people in Botswana should make sure that they do all they can to bring out the talent that they have, so that people can get to know who we really are as a country. Look at South Africa has created a big movement all over the world, and I believe we have the same potential as well. So it's up to us as individuals to rise up and stop complaining.
Thank
you know what I mean?
you.
Stop
Thank
complaining.
you.
Rise up and just, if you've got talent, make sure that you work on it. And eventually people will be like, oh my goodness, that's Botswana. Oh yeah, the athlete from Botswana. Right now, all the people know about us is from the sports arena. They know Nigel Amos and Aman Clemonte and a couple of them. Now we want people to go out there. I want them to know media personalities, successful business entrepreneurs, things like that. So it's entirely up to us as Botswana to put our country on the map.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what I think I'd like to add on to that? As authentic as you possibly can. You know what I mean? I think be our authentic selves. Let's be uniquely Botswana.
Exactly.
What has made Nigeria big is the fact that they've got that, pigeon, and they've got that clothing
And they love the music.
Thank
Do
you
you know what I
very
mean?
much. So
They
how about
love
we
the
do
music.
that as well? I absolutely love that. Finally, I am God's special creature because
I was fearfully and wonderfully made.
oh,
I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
oh yes, you are.
Yes.
You're absolutely gorgeous, and you're such a beautiful soul. I think
Thank you so much.
Normally, with people who are as loud as you are, we tend to just take you at face value and assume, okay, she's this
know.
loud person. I know,
I
I'm
know.
loud too, and that's basically what we
Yeah.
do. But it's always nice to just get to the core of you and just meet the human being behind this loud person.
I know.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
having
much,
taken
Hannah.
time
Thank
to
you,
hang
thank
out
you.
with us on GaonaLive, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Alright.